yourself, to try to immerse yourself. Okay.
Okay, guys, I have one question to get started. Everyone is familiar. Everyone got the Power BI installed in their systems? Yes, no,
Yes, sir.
yes,
Yes.
everyone? Cool.
Yes.
अच्छा, किसने उसको एकदम एक्सप्लोर करके देखा है? Anyone? Anyone? Opened it, explored it, understood something, did not get something. It's okay, can tell.
So basically, Power BI Power Tool has like main three options like Power Query, Power Pivot, and the Power VO.
Right.
So coming to Power Query, it's like basically for it, we're gonna extract the load, transform, clean, pre-process the
Awesome.
data.
Perfect.
So we have like Power Pivot. It's like a modeler where we'll find the patterns and we'll do model on this data. Power Pivot.
Right.
And Power is like it's like visualization. We'll build the charts, graphs, plots, etc. And so that's what we do with the three things.
Okay, that's a very beautiful answer. So what I'm going to do today is we are going to see it in 5 or 10 minutes. I'll show you the exact development. Okay, step wise. That is it. A to Z में आपको दिखाऊंगा. And उसके अंदर there are very lots of developments. Okay, so let me just share my screen. All right. So yesterday I skipped this part, I know. So if you see, there are several components to Power BI. Power Query is one component. This is basically used for data cleaning, data transformations, additions, subtraction, anything. You want to change the shape of the data, this is where you go. Power Pivot is a tool. It's a component of Power BI जहाँ पे data modeling होती है. Don't worry, this term I'll explain it later on. Just understand there's a term called as data modeling. Okay, everyone has some or the other point in life they have uh, played with clays, right? Clay. Have you made clay model anytime? Or let's say Lego model. You know what is a Lego?
No, sir.
I think it is a block type.
Block type, right? So you're just joining one or two and more tables together so that they communicate with each other. जब आएगा मैं आपको बता दूंगा. So data modeling is one step. Power BI is very simple that you guys have learned in Excel. You have a data which is in table format. Now client does not like it in table format. You have to bring it in a visual format. It has to be attractive. Otherwise there's no fun in that. You cannot actually, the brain cannot process it, right? Simply अगर table में बहुत सारा data भर दोगे, then human mind will take a lot of time and effort. So instead of that, we are just converting it to interactive data visualizations, right? Next we have the Power Map. It's like a visual, but it gives you a map and उसके अंदर आपको data points collectively देखने को मिलेंगे, right? So you have any geographical data, let's say population data हो या फिर census data हो. uh, uh, there were like COVID-19 cases, right? So you can have a geographical view of that. So this is Power Map. Power BI service, we discussed it in detail yesterday. Once you are done with the development side, this is where you publish it, right? आपने कुछ लिखा है आपके desktop पे, you have to publish it into a block. That's the same process we do here. Then you have artificial intelligence where Power BI is very smart. It will use natural language query and it will give answers to your questions. You ask it some question based on the data that you have in the report and it will try to give the answer. Okay, आप कुछ भी नहीं पूछ सकते हो. इट्स नॉट गूगल नहीं है. जो डेटा उसके अंदर ऑलरेडी है, आपने जो स्टोर किया है उसके बेसिस पे वो आपको क्वेश्चंस और आंसर्स प्रोवाइड करेगा. ठीक है, these are the components. Interview point of view, this question is very important because sometimes they ask you what are the different components of Power BI. So these are the various components of Power BI. Okay, all right, we are going to do this in 10 minutes. So uh, first step in stages in the Power BI report development, let's say you are developing a report. Okay, First is connecting to the data source. Okay. Without the data source, there is no report. Agreed. So पहले तो आपको data source चाहिए. The data can be anything. It can be stored in Excel. It can be stored in SQL. It can be stored in SharePoint. It can be stored in the internet. It can be stored in the PDF as well. Anything will do, right? We'll see how many data sources are there. Then you have to clean those data. Then you have to model it, visualize it, and then publish it. Okay. So let's see each and every step very quickly. Okay. So what is the first step, guys?
Connecting to data source.
Connecting to the data source. Data है हमारे पास कहीं तो भी. So for this session, we have data like this. Okay. Okay. So short introduction of the data. So we have data of a sales data है हमारे पास. You have various columns. Okay. My data source is Excel, and inside this are various sheets. And हर sheet के अंदर अलग-अलग data stored किया हुआ है. If you see, column 1 has IDs, column B has sales, C, D, so and so on. Okay. Basically, it means in this data, I have information about what you purchased, how many you purchased, when did you purchase, from where did you purchase. Okay. Then you have some other IDs कि कौन से कस्टमर ने क्या परचेस किया है एंड उसने क्या परचेस किया है. Make sense? This is like a transaction book that a shopkeeper maintains. Have you seen a book? यहाँ पे जो भी shopkeepers होते हैं, before they used to have a book. Has anyone seen that book? There's a big red color book. Yes, no?
No.
No.
No? जो भी हमारे यहाँ पे दुकान होती थी ना, they used to manually write this down. किसने किस दिन पर क्या लिया था, कितना लिया था, उससे मुझे सेल्स कितना हुआ, प्रॉफिट कितना हुआ. They used to write this. It's a very common practice. Now we have everything in digitalized form, but the source remains the same. Data remains the same. So every order has its own order ID. Then you have the sales and so and so. Okay. Then let's move on to the next one. Then you have information about products. Okay. There are in a shop, let's say DMart, it has thousands of products. Every product उसमें list के अंदर include किया है. I have included its category. I have included its subcategory, and I have assigned it a key. From those who are from SQL, they know what is a key. We also call it as ID. Agreed?
Yeah.
Anyone has any issue right now? Okay. Next you have information. Another table. इसके अंदर पूरा टेबल कस्टमर का डेटा है. कस्टमर का नाम ABCD जो भी कस्टमर्स है 100, 500, 1000, 5000 कस्टमर्स सबके सेगमेंट्स हैं. I am assigned IDs to those as well. So this guy has ID 125. This guy has an ID 66. Then I have some other segments. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to open Power BI and we are going to connect it. Okay. Let's say step 1 is connecting to Power BI. Okay, I'm going to skip this part. Just close it. This is the UI that you guys opened and checked, right? To the left, there are several options. Okay, this is the step number 1. Connecting to the data source. Okay, so I'm going to connect it to a data source. So I'm going to click on this and which is my data source, guys? Excel,
Excel.
right? Click on Excel, and I'm going to open the folder where this file is kept. So this is my file, and open. सेम चीज आपको दिख रहे हैं यहाँ पे, जो भी हमने एक्सेल शीट में देखा था? Yes, no?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm going to click on the sales sheet. ठीक है, सेम है, सेम डेटा है. This is a preview. This is giving me a quick look. Okay, this is what I want. Now this next step. Okay, what is the next step, guys? Data transformation and
Preparation.
preparation. ये हम कहाँ पे करने वाले हैं? As Nikhil pointed out, we are going to go to Power Query. Okay, Power Query editor. Now what is Power Query? Power Query is an inbuilt tool. ठीक है, Power BI के अंदर एक टूल है जिसका नाम है Power Query, Power Query editor. You can access it from here. I'm going to click on transform data, and now if you see, my Power Query editor is opened over here to the left, top left section. Okay, okay, now here what I'm going to do, as mentioned, data transformation, preparation. Basically what I'm going to do is ETL. Okay, what is ETL, guys? And does anyone know?
Extract, transform.
Extract, transform, and load, right? So we are going to do some cleaning and lot many things. Okay, so this we will be spending some time on this. So cleaning में बहुत there are many operations that we can do. So just as a demonstration, I'm going to remove this data. Control. I'm removing this column. Basically what I did, I just cleaned the table. I said I don't want every column, I just need these columns. So what happened, I just removed 2 columns. Okay, till this point, any doubt?
This will not affect the existing Excel sheet, right? This.
No.
Okay.
Okay, this will not affect anything. आपका जो डेटा में डेटा सोर्स में है, it will not affect, because if that was true, everyone will do some kind of data cleaning and the data source will get messed up, right?
Can you share the Excel file? कौन सा डेटा इसमें ऊपर वाले कॉलम में लिया है?
You want me to share it now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let me share it now. Control C.
No. Just show on Zoom in Excel file. अभी इसी में दिखा दीजिए.
अच्छा, एक मिनट, अभी
हाँ.
मैं आ गया हूँ यहाँ तक, तो मैं सेंड कर देता हूँ.
वो बाद में करते हैं.
आ गया.
वो
अच्छा, कर देता हूँ.
मैच हो जाएगा ना कि कौन सा डेटा वो कॉलम में ले रहा है. हाँ, ये इसने कौन से कॉलम में उठाए हैं.
Okay, I have picked this one, sales
ठीक
sheet.
है.
ठीक है. Now Power BI easily identifies this as sales. Sheet number 1 है, but it's sales. It is identifying it, and I have by default Power Query is taking everything. मैंने क्या किया है, ये दोनों जो है ना, वो निकाल दिए, बट ये सोर्स फाइल में नहीं निकाला है. Okay, I'm not removing it from the source.
तो ये ऑर्डर आईडी, सेल्स, प्रॉफिट.
Right, same, everything is the same. Okay,
Okay, and what is the data 1, 2, 3, 4 in row? It is the same, south, north.
Which data?
Row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This data?
Yeah,
Exactly the same, no changes.
okay.
Everything is the same. Because अगर same नहीं होता, then what is the point?
Okay. तो ये ऊपर वाला
तो-
जब कैलकुलेट कैसे करता है? वेरिएड, एरर, एम्प्टी.
Right, I'll come to that point.
Okay.
तो आपने सर इसमें फिल्टर वो कॉलम क्यों हटाया सर? वो
कौन सा ये वाला?
रिमूव कॉलम रिमूव क्यों किए फिर आप?
I'm just showing you
ऐसा
what is the possibility.
ओ
Okay, guys, I'm going to do a lot of some transformations. It's just for showing you. I can remove anything, but I'm just showing you like what we can do with this. Okay.
ओ ओके.
So इसमें आप बहुत कुछ कर सकते हो and we will get to that. There are duplications निकालने पड़ते हैं. You have to remove some columns, add new columns. Everyone knows case statements in SQL.
यस.
Right? Yes, we can do the same here. We can add new columns. We can do a lot many things. We'll get to that. But right now, I just want to focus on that Power Query. कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं. Okay. So we are doing some simple ETL operations. Let's say my ETL operation is done. E extract, T is transform, L stands for loading. Right? So L is for loading. I'm going to close and apply. Okay, कर दूँ close and apply. You want any other changes? Close and apply. Now what happened? The data that we did in Power Query, it is loaded into your Power BI. Now do you understand the meaning of ETL?
Okay.
Okay. Same data है, कुछ मिस आउट नहीं हुआ है, हमने Power Query में कुछ नहीं किया है, just remove 2 columns. Now what I'm going to do? What is the next step, guys? Data modeling. Data modeling.
Yeah.
Okay. Data modeling is only applicable when you have 2 or more tables. When you have 2 or more tables. Do we have 2 or more tables? Currently you only have 1. So we will skip this step. Okay. I'm going to skip this step. What is the next step, guys?
One question,
Data
sir.
visualization.
Data visualization. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, okay, I'm going to experiment. I'm going to say line chart. I'm going to open this data. यहाँ पे मेरा सारा data stored है. I'm going to pick one, drop it here. I'm going to pick one and drop it here. I'm going to zoom it. Does it look good? How about this? Let me know, guys. Can you read? Can someone read this?
या इट्स कंट्री नेम सर.
Country name.
फ्रांस, जर्मनी, यूनाइटेड किंगडम,
Right.
इटली, स्पेन.
Now you tell me. Control C, Control V, table. What is attractive? This or this?
First one.
ग्राफ
Bar chart.
ग्राफ.
The graph is right, obviously, because this is easier to read. That's it. Data visualization is done. Okay. This is it. Data visualization is done. What you do after that? You publish it. Save it. Save करो कहीं तो and then publish it. वहाँ का जो रास्ता है वो मैं आपको बाद में बता दूँगा. It is publishing it to a service account and then so on. but did you get the basic idea of it? Everyone,
Yes.
guys?
I have one question, sir.
Uh,
What we do exactly in the data modeling? Like what kind of stuff we do in the data modeling?
have you learned Excel?
I know I'm not much into Excel.
SQL?
Yeah, I know SQL, I know machine learning.
Okay, you are done SQL. Now there are many tables in SQL.
Yeah.
So how do you join those tables?
Yeah, like we have like join operation like inner
Correct.
join, left after join.
Correct. So data model also, it's kind of a join. You are
It's like a join.
joining two tables so that they communicate with each other, and the result you can obtain using
In
both
single
the
table.
tables. Yeah, correct.
Okay. So there is not like some regression, something like that, or
Sorry? No?
is there is something like regression or something like that in the modeling part, or just for
No,
the
no,
calculation,
no,
just
no.
joining the
It's just
tables
joining the tables
based
where,
on conditions like that? Okay.
yes, right.
Thank you.
You don't have any ML model in data modeling. So that's different, guys. Okay, that is very different. Okay, but did you get the rough idea? Or you're going to learn the data source, connected data source? You do some ETL. You can have one ETL. You can have 100 ETL. It all totally depends upon the scenario. Then you do the data modeling if you have two tables, and then you have data visualization. Okay. Now let's go back. Let me see. Okay. Now you know what is Power Query Editor. So okay, now that we have done this basic idea, I'm going to go back to Power Query Editor. Okay, right now in Power BI, I'm going to go to Power Query Editor again. So if I want to do that, I have to do is click on this, transform data. Okay, when you click on transform data, it will take you to Power Query Editor. Okay, let's click on this. You have the Power Query Editor. All right. Now,
और सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था, आप
हाँ,
उस स्लाइड पे जाएंगे क्या फिर से?
which one? This one?
नहीं, वो वाली पावर क्वेरी वाली.
अच्छा हाँ, 3. Okay.
तो हमने वो कंट्री ली और उधर वो सेल्स लिया.
हाँ,
तो हमें अगर प्रॉफिट भी ऐड करना है और वो डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में और असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में लगाना है, तो फिर ऐसा कर सकते हैं
वो सब
विजुलाइज?
हो जाएगा, वो सब हो जाएगा. When मैं जब आपको विजुअलाइजेशन बताऊंगा ना, ये सब मुझे बताना है. मैं जब बताऊंगा तब मैं आपको बता दूंगा.
ओके.
अगर मुझे प्रॉफिट ऐड करना है से यहाँ पे प्रॉफिट ऐड कर दो ना. ठीक है, फिर आप क्या बोल रहे हो, प्रॉफिट को सॉर्टिंग करना है. यहाँ पे सॉर्टिंग ऑप्शन है. सो सब
ग्राफ में नहीं आएगा क्या वो,
ग्राफ में
अगर
भी कर
हमें
देंगे.
ग्राफ में लगाना है?
ग्राफ में भी कर देंगे. आ गया, सीरीज को निकाल देते हैं, प्रॉफिट आ गया.
ओके.
ओके,
ओके सर.
don't worry guys, these things I will be explaining to you. But yeah, good, you asked this question, that's great. All right. In Power Query Editor, we have many operations. There's a basic, then you can combine those data tables, you can pivot, unpivot, you can duplicate, you can reference, and so on. Okay, let me go to the next one. All right, can someone read this for me?
Query editor is a powerful tool for shaping and transforming data, where you edit from Navigator. Query editor is a launcher and it populated with the tables or other entities which are selected from the data source.
Right. So it's a powerful tool for shaping, transforming your data, and whatever ETL you do it here. Okay. And why do we need the ETL? This is just one question. Have you all learned SQL operations where you can change the data? Can anyone tell me what can we do in SQL?
If we want to change the data, then we use command alter.
Right. Yeah, that is changing the values itself, right?
Right.
What do you do when you have a data with 100 countries and you just want it for one country? Then what you do?
Then we will use the where clauses.
Perfect. Yes, perfect. So where clause hai, then you have group by, right? Group by
Unpaid.
and yes, then you have aggregation. All those sort of operations can be done in that can be done in query editor also. Why this is important is because most of the cases as a data analyst आपके पास SQL का access होगा, but जरूरी नहीं है कि आपके पास टेबल को चेंज करने का परमिशन हो. Okay, there are many roles in your SQL as well. Agreed?
Ag-
Everyone agrees?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So कुछ operations जैसे A for apple में A छोटा है, मेरे डेटा में A छोटा नहीं, मेरे को A कैपिटल करना है, ये मैं SQL में नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, उसके लिए पावर क्वेरी एडिटर है. So उस जैसे बहुत सारी चीजें जहाँ जो in cases where you don't have permission to do or access the table, you can easily do it in query editor. Okay. So one of the main function is cleaning the data. So query editor helps you to clean your data by replacing the values, your errors. You can replace all the null values in your row. This makes our data valuable in avoiding errors in our reports. Okay. Whatever you want to replace it, you can replace it. Okay. I'm going to Power Query Editor. I'll just show you that. Okay. So this is my Power Query Editor. To the left hand side, I have the list of queries. Now, what is a query? SQL guys, again, whatever you write in the select statement, it's considered as one query, right? So everything that you load into your Power Query, it is installed as, it is loaded as a query. So right now we have one query, which is a sales table. Tomorrow we will, next week or this week, when we are adding more tables, then we will have more queries. ठीक है? This is the preview part. यहाँ पे आपको आपका पूरा data मिल जाएगा. Then you have the code, the mQuery. mQuery is what the Power Query uses to write its transformations. Okay, this is also important. Not this. इसको ignore कर दो. This is just naming conventions. This part. Can anyone tell me what this is? Applied steps. What is the last step that is there?
Removed column.
This is what we did last, right?
Yeah. We
So
have
yeah, it
It
is
shows
recording
steps.
it is storing all the steps. Whatever we do, it will keep on adding and adding. Okay.
yeah.
So it is applied steps. It's much like macros in Excel. Have you used macros?
No.
No.
मैक्रोज करके होता है, उसमें भी आप जो भी स्टेप्स करते हो ना वो रिकॉर्ड करता है. सो नेक्स्ट टाइम जब डेटा आप उस एक्सेल शीट में रखोगे, ऑटोमेटिकली वो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो जाता है. Okay, so whatever I do here, it will be reflected in this. It's called as the applied steps. Okay, so now I'm going to do the where clause. So let's say country. I have many countries, but I'm just loading one country. I'm saying UK. United Kingdom. Okay, I'm just filtering. This is called as basic filtering. क्या हुआ अभी? I added one step. It's called as a filtered row. From the entire data set, now I have just chosen to look at this country, not Spain, but UK. Okay, I'm just getting this data. Everyone understood this point? It's called basic filtering. Okay, I can also do it on a date basis. Let's say I don't want to see it for the entire year. I just wanted to see it after a specific point. I have many options. Equals. Where clause में आप लिखते हो ना, where date is equal to 11 July 2023.
Yes.
आप after भी लिख सकते हो. Is greater than. After or equal to. Greater than, equal to.
Yeah.
Right? Same operations can be done here. I'm going to go to custom filter. No, I'm going to do is after. Is after, I can write a date. Let's say 11/2014. What will happen? Everything which is before this date, it will be removed. Okay. Okay. I have a second step. Filtered row. इसमें date has been filtered. So this is your basic filter. It's just applying basic where clauses, right, guys?
I think it is not remove, it will be show after 1/1/2014.
It will remove before the 2014.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It will remove the data which is before the specified date. I can also go and say custom filter. No, not now. I'm going to go to the settings. यहाँ पे मैं उसको change कर सकता हूँ. I'm going to say 1/1/2014 जब ले रहा हूँ मैं is after 1/1/2014 नहीं आएगा. अगर मुझे इसका भी डेटा चाहिए 1/1/2014 का, in that case I have to say is after or equal to. Make sense?
Yes.
Now when I do this, I have the data. Now I want to check it, right? I'm going to right click. No, not right click. Just click on this drop down. Sort ascending. आ गया data?
I think 1/1/2014 data is not there.
Not there. So what is the next data? That is why it is showing this one. I can change that as well. This is it's day, month. No, it's a month day
Month.
format. So I'm going to say 6. Right? ठीक है, बेसिक फिल्टरिंग कर दिया मैंने. And once the transformations are done, I'm going to say close and apply. Do you see I keep on coming to Power BI, then I keep on going to query editor. ये साइकिल चलता रहेगा. ठीक है.
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
If in Excel sheet some column is hide,
हाँ.
some column always is hide, so shall he overall data is to be import in Power BI?
Yeah, it will.
Okay. सारा डाटा ले लेगा.
Yeah,
कोई
yeah.
भी कॉलम
Yeah.
हाइड हो या फिर वो हो.
Yeah. Why? Because I need to confirm it once, but I think it will take everything because anyways you can choose it, right? I can go to this, choose columns. I can choose to unhide it from here also.
No. My question is,
Uh-huh.
we prepare Excel sheet.
Okay, let's check that. Let's check that.
Yeah.
Let's check
Yeah.
that. No worries. I'm going
ये
to.
हमने Excel sheet जैसे इसमें रो कॉलम हाइड है.
Mm-hmm. Let's open it again.
Yeah.
Sheet
1.
sheet 1. Let's
Yeah,
go
some column is hide.
let's hide it. Okay.
Yeah.
Control
Already in rows already hide. 1, 2, 1, 2, then 3, 4 is hide. 5, then 6 to 19 is hide. Row.
over here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 1 second.
तो ये जो हाइड है डेटा वो वहां पे उन्होंने पावर बीआई में भी हाइड रहेगा या फिर
Okay, let's check that. मुझे let's hide this. Control S, and I'm going to close it. Now I'm going to refresh my query. Come here, refresh it. Let's see if we have the profit or not. है ना? Okay, column will be there. Let me check if the rows will be hidden or not. Okay, so there's a shortcut for that.
नहीं ये तो फिर एक्सपोर्ट नहीं हुआ ना ये तो हमें फिर दोबारा से इसको एक्सपोर्ट कराना पड़ेगा ना ये एक्सेल शीट नहीं बनी है तो इसको दोबारा से एक्सपोर्ट कराना पड़ेगा ना तब पता चलेगा
Why
कि
do you need to export it again?
वो
अच्छा,
रन टाइम हो
source file
जाएगा
is different ना because source file is different now
No. 1 second. कहाँ गया वो? सोर्स फाइल में हम कोई चेंजेस नहीं कर रहे हैं. We are just
हाँ
hiding it. But if you are deleting it, then it will go, no doubt. अभी आपने हाइड कर दिया यहाँ पे,
हाँ
या आपके पर्सनल यूज के लिए ये एक्सेल शीट. एग्रीड?
ये एक बार हमने पावर बीआई में
हाँ
इंपोर्ट कर लिया
हाँ
अब इस यदि एक्सेल शीट में हम चेंज करेंगे
हाँ.
तो इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली शो इन पावर बीआई
Yes. I was coming to that point. 1 second. Let me show you that. 1 second. I was just showing you that refresh preview. If it doesn't refresh now, then what is the point? Let me do that. Unhide, Control S, save it. What I'm going to do is, let's take a sales value. मैं ना इस sales को sort कर देता हूँ. Sort descending, largest to smallest. 8,000 is a bigger number, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to write it as 9,000. ठीक है? So यहाँ पे मैंने source पे change कर दिया, Control S कर दिया. 9,000 है. यहाँ पे कितना था sales? Descending करते हैं. नहीं.
ये वो किया हुआ है
United Kingdom file.
Okay, 8,000 है. 8,000 था, अभी 9,000 हो गया. क्यों? Because of the refresh. मैं वापस करता हूँ. Let's go back. Right side, 8,500. Okay. It's the highest value. Easy for identification. I'm going to Control S, and now I'm going to refresh preview. आ गया?
Yes.
Yeah, but second highest value is 5785.
हाँ.
But there is a 5726.
Because of the filters. There are some filters here. Now let's see. 5785. Okay. Your data will not go anywhere. It is there, but because of the filters combinations, it has just changed. Okay.
यदि हम एक्सेल में ये प्रॉफिट हाइड करेंगे
हाँ.
if we hide the column C then it show then इसमें भी पावर बीआई में भी ये हाईलाइट हो जाएगा
नहीं.
हाइड हो जाएगा
I just check that. So अभी अगर मैं इसमें देखता हूँ, प्रॉफिट दिख रहा है ना?
दिख रहा है.
ओके.
और सेम ये रो में भी ये रहेगा क्या एक बार रो हाइड कीजिए
I can check that. Let's hide this one. Okay, highest one. रो हाइड होता है क्या? नहीं ना?
हाँ होता है।
अच्छा होता है, ठीक है, हाइड कर दिया, कंट्रोल एस। नहीं
नहीं
ये
होगा,
शो कर रहा है।
शो कर रहे हैं, ठीक, ठीक है। आई एम नॉट सेविंग दिस, cool, all right,
Okay.
okay, so where was I? Okay, basic filtering, guys, everyone is clear with that?
Yeah.
बेसिक फिल्टरिंग मीन्स वह क्लॉजेस होती है, आप कोई भी आप चूज कर लो उसका, अगर डेटा अगर आपको नहीं देखना है, यू जस्ट रिमूव इट क्लियर। सो लेट्स से आई वांट, मैंने सारे स्टेप्स निकाल दिए, आई कैन डिलीट दिस स्टेप्स बाय द वे, remove the columns, and I'm going to say just keep everything, and I'm just going to remove Austria. इस बार क्या हुआ, ऑस्ट्रिया छोड़ के बाकी सारे कंट्रीज इसमें हैं, ओके, इट्स मल्टीपल वे क्लॉजेस। एंड डेट में आप रेंज ले सकते हो, डेट फिल्टर्स, कस्टम फिल्टर्स, एंड यू कैन ऐड इज आफ्टर और इक्वल टू एंड इज बिफोर। डेट का एक रेंज होता है ना, स्टार्ट डेट और एंड डेट, करेक्ट, you use between in SQL?
Yes.
Yes, you can do this. You can add, okay, I want this from the 1st December 2022 to 1st of Jan 2023, in that way, okay. All right, let me close and load. Let's go to this link, okay. You pointed out that this is called as alter, right, in SQL, if you want to replace any values, correct?
Yes.
Yes, you can do that as well. So again, I'm going to click on transform data, will take you to the Power Query editor. Let's say I have this country list, and usually UK, United Kingdom is also called as UK. So I want to replace that. I can go to transform, the replace values, and I can say values to find United Kingdom, and I say UK. Yeah, it will get replaced, and you will have a step. Clear? Guys, just go through this. I have already explained this one. इसमें अगर कोई डाउट है तो मुझे पूछ। Is this clear, guys? This window, Power Query Editor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see what is next. Okay, data types. Let's see. Okay, now if you say in each column, I'm going to disable it for now. Okay, each column has something written on the top left corner, right? इसमें क्या लिखा हुआ है? It is written as ABC. Here it is written as 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you have a table here. Does it denote anything? What is it denoting?
Yeah, I think it will show numeric value or alphabetical value.
Perfect. Yes. Indirectly, yes. It means it's a data type. Data type क्या है? Okay. So I'm going to left click on this, and we will see what are the various data types. One is 1.2, which is called a decimal number. Okay. And you have a fixed decimal number, whole number, percentage, Any doubt here? Yes, no?
No.
Okay. Then you have date time. Date और time एक साथ आएगा. Date, only date, only time. You have date, time, and the time zone as well. You have the duration, text, the string, right? The string values, data type, true or false, binary. We won't look at this right now. Okay. So I'm going to click on anything. Let's see this one. This is a date right now. I can choose it to give it a date time as well. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा, डेट के साथ टाइम भी आ जाएगा. Now why is this 12 o'clock? Because in our data source we don't have the time data, correct? I can just delete this step. I can change it to number and then I can see what is happening. Error आ गया. ठीक है? So I have to delete this step. For the numbers, it is very flexible. कि आप उसको डेसिमल में रखो या होल नंबर में रखो. It totally depends upon us, because if you have a decimal number, let's say 5.5, if you choose a whole number, it will display you 5. Okay, we have learned this right in maths. So you can choose anything you want. I can also choose decimal, right? Product ID decimal रख के कोई sense बनती नहीं है, so we are keeping it as numbers. Okay. Sales, by the way, sales can be 100 rupees and 100.5, 101.5. Here keeping it in decimal works. ठीक है? Go to home. Let me check what's next. Okay, let's see what happens when you right click it. Okay, you have these steps, right? You can also change the sequence of these steps. ठीक है? So let's say मुझे replace करने के बाद filter करना है ना, all I have to do is drag this and keep it here. ये समझ में आ गया? Because it doesn't make any change, क्योंकि हमने जहाँ पे replace किया है वहाँ पे filter नहीं किया हुआ है. Make sense, guys? Everyone is on mute. Okay. When I right click on this, I have certain options that I can do. I can edit the settings. If I click on edit the settings, I'll have this window. यहाँ पे आप replace कर सकते हो values को. Okay. I can say UK1. तो वही existing step में वो UK1 कर देगा. It will not create a new step. I can right click on this. I can rename it. I can say UK1. Okay. Can right click on it. I can delete it. अगर मैं डिलीट कर देता हूँ तो ये जो स्टेप है वो डिलीट हो जाएगा, है ना? अगर मैं ये वाला डिलीट यूज करता हूँ, एवरीथिंग आफ्टर दिस विल बी डिलीटेड. UK1 भी डिलीट हो जाएगा, फिल्टर रोज भी डिलीट हो जाएगा. ओके, कैन से डिलीट. ओके, I can bring it again. Right click on this. I can change it, move before, move after, and I can extract previous. Okay. Then you have diagnose, where it's related to performance. Okay. For properties में कुछ नहीं है, just you can just change the name and I can add change United. It helps with the documentation. ठीक है? Guys, basic filtering में कोई doubt है यहाँ तक? Yes?
No.
No?
No doubt.
All right. Let me also check once again. These are all relative, okay? Relative filters है. Is in the next 1 year. All right. Next, let's go to home page. Let's see. All right. This is the loading stage. जब आपका भी जो भी query है, once it is done, you can just close and apply. If you just want to make the change in the Power Query editor and not in the exact report, then you can just say apply. Okay, you can say apply. इससे क्या होगा? It will just save it. It won't take you to Power BI again. Alright, then you have the new source again. यहाँ पे आप data source वापस add कर सकते हो. Power Query editor is also giving you that option. For example, मैं Excel में जाता हूँ and I can again take that sales data and this time I can pick anything else. I can maybe pick the customer data and click on OK. This time if you see there is no transform button, है ना? Because we are in query editor. And I can see OK. जैसे OK कर दिया, कस्टमर का एक क्वेरी यहाँ पे आ गया. ठीक है guys. Now Power BI, Power Query is also smart. In most of the cases, it identifies the data type automatically. Let's see this one. How did it find it as text, not text, but it is a binary, true or false? Because it is smart. Okay, most of the cases it will change automatically. कोई manual आपको करने की जरूरत नहीं है, but sometimes we take control of that and we manually change. Okay, this is my customer query. This is my sales query. Recent sources, जो भी recent sources थे आपके, वो यहाँ पे आ जाएंगे. Enter data. What if you want manually enter a data? You can say this, and I can say column 1 is it's a name, marks, say hash 5. Okay, table क्या है? Example table. I can click on OK. आगे table load. The data source settings, guys, we'll look at it later on. Manage parameters as well. Refresh, I've already told you. जो भी आपका जो latest data है, अगर वो आपको report में लेके आना है, then you can refresh it. Okay, like we use that example of 8,500 and 9,000. अगर आप कोई भी changes करते हो, you can go and check that for yourself. Refresh जैसे करते हो, it will be refreshed. Okay, if you want to refresh entire queries, query 1, query 2 and query 3, you can just say refresh all. It is very rarely used from my personal experience because बहुत सारे queries होते हैं and if you refresh all, it will take a lot of time. ठीक है? Then you have the properties. Query properties में I think it's a name. Okay. This is also interesting, guys. Enable load to report and include and report refresh. When I'm in the modeling side, I will tell you this. Okay. Right. Okay. Again, I can choose the column and I can go to the columns. I can choose what columns I want to see and what columns I don't want to see. I can say I want to remove this. कहाँ गया? Ship date, ship mode. Okay, guys, there's a difference between removing it from here and removing it from here. See, यहाँ पे अगर आप रिमूव कॉलम देखोगे तो वो सेटिंग्स नहीं दिख रहा है, बट यहाँ पे अगर आप देखोगे ना सेटिंग्स दिख रहा है. Am I right? Guys, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's the difference. Okay. All right. So I can easily go and change the settings. Tomorrow, let's say my client wants to see the ship mode as well, then I can just click on it and then done. इसमें कोई SQL कोड लिखने की जरूरत नहीं. You don't have to change any code, just a click. All right. Then you have remove the columns. You can remove the columns and you can remove other columns. What is the meaning of remove other columns? It means जो selected है, let's say मैंने यहाँ पे select किया हुआ है. If I remove other columns, this column will be kept, other columns will be removed. Okay. And if I click on this and remove it, it will remove just that column. Okay. Going to delete this step as well. Advanced editor. Everyone sees this code? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What if I tell you I wrote this code? Did you see me write a code?
The steps be done in the operations just now.
Exactly. So guys, जो भी आप यहाँ पे operations करोगे ना, पावर क्वेरी ऑटोमेटिकली इसको शिफ्ट कर देगा इस कोड में. इस कोड का नाम है एम क्वेरी. ओके, एम क्वेरी. ओके, एंड यहाँ से आप कोई मैनुअल चेंजेस कर सकते हो. जैसे अगर मुझे यहाँ पे ऑस्ट्रिया नहीं बल्कि यूनाइटेड किंगडम रखना है, I can do this here manually. This helps in advanced stages. This is used by developers to catch errors. गलती कहाँ पे हो रही है ये समझने में ये हेल्प करता है. ठीक है, कैन जस्ट से दिस. तो वो जो स्टेप था वो स्टेप यहाँ पे वैसे का वैसा है, बट internally it has changed its value. So we went to the back side and we just changed it. Make sense? Yes or no?
Yeah.
All right. Just one more use of this. Very common use. Tomorrow, let's say मेरा जो फाइल का लोकेशन है वो अभी presently this है. What happens if you change my location tomorrow? It will throw an error, right? Correct? What I'm going to do, let's see. मैं पहले लोकेशन सेव कर देता हूँ. ओके, ये मेरा करंट लोकेशन. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू चेंज द सोर्स फाइल. ये मेरा सोर्स फाइल डेटा सोर्स है, राइट? आई एम गोइंग टू कट इट एंड आई एम गोइंग टू प्लेस इट एनीवेयर एल्स. कहाँ पे भी रखता हूँ बट यहाँ पे नहीं रखता. ओके, आई एम गोइंग टू पेस्ट इट हियर. नाउ एज यू सेड data has to refresh. Now if I refresh it, okay, I'm going to cancel it. I'm going to refresh it. Let's see what happens. क्या हुआ? It's no more contacting the data source, right? So I have to do is I have to change it here. D जहाँ पे भी ये लिखा हुआ है, I just have to paste the source file. जो path है इसका वो मुझे यहाँ पे सेव करना पड़ेगा. Okay, Control C. यहाँ पे Control V. Okay, let's try this. आ गया? This is helpful when you have changed the data source but the table remains the same. Table same था but मैंने source change कर दिया. Okay. This is very common because previous batch में क्या हो रहा था? They used to work from one file and they used to practice on another file. उससे उनका जो data source है that changed and वो error दिखाता. It should not happen with you. So one suggestion is आप एक folder बनाओ Power BI का, उसमें ये data source रखो. I will be okay. I will be sending this data source to you so that you can practice. Okay. All right. Sort by, you already know
So
that.
in that scenario, we can change all file also, keeping the path same. We can change the file also.
बिल्कुल.
नाम सेम रख के हम उसको चेंज कर सकते हैं ना डेटा.
हाँ, बट ये जो ऑपरेशंस है ना, ये ऑपरेशंस अगर उस आपका जो नए फाइल में वो ऑपरेशंस लिंकअप नहीं हो रहे तो यहाँ पे ना आपको एक एरर दिखाएगा. एग्जाम्पल मैं आपको बता दूं, लेट्स से आपने एक नया फाइल रिप्लेस कर दिया, ठीक है, बट उस फाइल में ये जो लास्ट स्टेप जो है इसमें यूनाइटेड किंगडम कंट्री कॉलम ही नहीं है, चलो कंट्री कॉलम ही नहीं है, तो उस टाइम में ना यहाँ पे आपको एरर दिखाएगा. यू कैन ट्राई इट. ओके, तो ये जो ऑपरेशंस है, व्हाई दिस इज वर्किंग, बिकॉज इवन दो मैंने डेटा सोर्स चेंज किया है बट द टेबल रिमेन्स द सेम, राइट?
No, in that case, if the value is only change in new file, then
so provided कि आपके कॉलम सेम हो, वैल्यू कुछ भी रहने दो. यहाँ पे वैल्यू क्या है 5785, वहां पे अगर 6 है 6 ही आएगा ना. It will tell you the truth. That's it. Okay. It will tell you the truth. What is what? In that, for this order ID, it is 6. So 6 it is. You have to live with that. Right? Because काम उसका यही है ना, जो डेटा सोर्स में रखा हुआ है वही आपको यहाँ पे रिफ्लेक्ट करवाना है. Okay? All right. This one more thing, guys. So when you click on anything, you will notice this error. क्या बोल रहा है, लिस्ट में भी इनकम्प्लीट. why is this throwing it as, ये जो कॉलम प्रोफाइल दिख रहा है आपको टॉप बॉटम में, उसने ना सिर्फ 1000 रोज लिए है. एसक्यूएल में लिमिट करके होता है, पता है आपको? लिमिट
top 2 or top 3.
top 3, yes. So same to that, to save our time, what Power Query does is it is just giving us the 1000 rows. पहले के जो 1000 rows है, ये जो वैल्यूज है ना उस 1000 rows के ऊपर रखा हुआ है, these 1000 rows. So what if I want to see all the values? Maybe that table has 15,000 rows. So you just have to say load more. वो क्या करेगा? It will communicate with the data source and it will give you the entire list. It's on demand. अगर आप डिमांड करोगे तो आपको वो पूरा लिस्ट दिखेगा, ठीक है? ये मिस आउट नहीं करना है. Also, if your query data source अगर बहुत छोटा है, you can just click on this. You can say column profiling based on entire data set. तो वो आपको पूरा डेटा सेट स्कैन करके बताएगा. Make sense? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go back to 1000. All right. Just one question, guys. does everyone have SQL in their system?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Which one is it? ये same है क्या? ये वाला ही है?
I
जी
have
सर, same.
SQLite.
नहीं, it's not clear. Sorry.
I have SQLite.
You have SQLite? Okay.
Yeah.
I have this one, sir.
You have this one. Okay. So Power BI में connect करने के लिए easy मुझे ये लगा हुआ है. So to connect it, let's say I want to bring in a new query, okay, and the query data source is SQL, not Excel, okay. So what I can do is can say SQL server, server का नाम and database is optional, okay. So server का नाम मैं यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ connect object explorer, ये है मेरा server का नाम, and go to this, click on OK. Okay, these are my data sets. यहाँ पे बहुत सारे tables है. For example, sales है क्या? Sales person. ठीक है? So there's a table. It's giving me some data preview. Can say OK. So we have connected SQL database into our query editor. ठीक है? You can also try this. Okay. Advanced editor. इसका क्या है? mQuery is SQL database and the server name. Then you have the data set name. In that you have the schema and the item. Okay. And the last step is automatically added, which is the data type. Can I close and apply, guys? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. And apply. It's the loading stage. So let's see. सारे queries load होंगे अभी. What happened? Data source error दिखा रहा है ना? Could not find the file this. Okay. So just to save time, I'm going to keep it in the original location. And I'm going to close this. वापस ट्रांसफॉर्म में चले जाते हैं. I'm going to go to the advanced editors. Control C. Control V. Okay, let's try refreshing it. Now it looks good. I can load it again. हो गया? See, to the right side, you have the data and you have all the tables loaded. Customer, example, sales, salesperson. Okay? Yes, no?
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Let's go back to Power Query Editor again. Just one tip. All right. I'm going to right click on this and let's see what are the several options we have. One is copy. You can copy and you can paste it. You have the delete the query. You have the rename the query. Then you have the enable load and include and report refresh. Then you have the duplicate and you have the reference. Then you have the advanced editor. ये हमने already देख लिया है. M query वहाँ पे involve हो जाता है. Properties उसका नाम वगैरह है. Right? Now, what is enable load? Currently it is ticked, but if I untick it, let's take this example. This is an example query that I created, right? I don't want to delete it, but मुझे वो Power BI में भी नहीं चाहिए. उस टाइम पे मैं क्या करूँगा? I can just say enable load, disable कर दो. Do you see a difference between the font of this and font of this? टेक्स्ट का जो स्टाइल है वो चेंज हुआ है ना? Right? Now if I close and load, example will not be there. Am I right? Okay. I'm going to transform again. And I'm going to say do not include in report refresh. In this case, this query will get loaded, but it will not refresh. जब तक हम refresh नहीं करेंगे, it will not refresh. Okay? मैं इसको disable कर देता हूँ. Now if I close and apply, it will not refresh. But अगर मुझे refresh करना है, okay, it will not refresh now. अगर मुझे ये टेबल वापस refresh करना है, I can right click on this and I can say refresh the data. Okay, whenever you have the updated data in all the organizations that you will work, data has to be updated daily, once a week, or twice a week, thrice a week. You have to refresh the data. Why? Because it makes sense कि अगर आप कोई शॉप में भी जाते हो, आज का जो ट्रांजैक्शन हुआ है, कल जाके नया ट्रांजैक्शन क्रिएट हुआ, right? Tomorrow some more people will come and buy some products, right? So there will be more transactions and you have to update this report. So you can just say refresh the data. You can also use this refresh the data. Okay, I just clicked on that refresh. Okay guys, ये clear है अभी सबको?
Clear.
All right. These were minute details. So tomorrow we will be seeing some more operations like transform में देखो बहुत सारे operations हैं. These are very minor details. Add columns we have. Home में भी है. We have the group by. You are familiar with group by. SQL में आप group by लिखते हो, right? Group by country, group by date, or group by geography, country, anything like that. All right. All right, guys. So that is it for today. I'm going to close and apply this file, and I'm going to save this file. We have 5 minutes left. Do you have any questions?
There is no option for the undo command.
कहाँ पे undo करना है?
मतलब
Power
जैसे
BI में
हाँ
है ना,
जैसे
ऊपर है यहाँ पे.
ओके, जैसे एक्सेल में होता है वैसे
हाँ
ही।
हाँ, undo redo.
So its interface is pretty much like a Excel, right? Power BI.
Yes, exactly. Like yesterday I told, like when Microsoft was designing this, they really thought it. We want to make it user friendly. We will make it based on our existing products. Excel है, PowerPoint है. तो वहां से ही उन्होंने सब फ्लेवर लिया हुआ है.
Yeah, it looks like I'm using Excel.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, what I want you to do is go through this recording, but मैं जो डेटा आपको भेज रहा हूँ ना, उसमें से हमने जो फर्स्ट 10 मिनट्स में कवर किया था ना, वो प्रैक्टिस कर. वो जो लिंकअप है ना, दिस वन, कनेक्टिंग टू द डेटा सोर्स, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशंस, लेट्स लीव द डेटा मॉडलिंग फॉर नाउ, डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन. ये हो जाएगा आपसे? Yes, no? The reason I'm telling you this is I want you guys to be familiar with the entire cycle from the beginning itself. इसमें सब अभी we are just going to add some more topics into it, but the cycle remains the same. You ask any developer, he's going to give you the same response. He will talk to the client, he will understand where the data source is, he will connect it, he does some ETL, modeling, data visualization. इसमें एक और segment आता है, it's called as DAX. Okay, Excel में आपने formula सीखे हैं, yes, no? Yes, similar to that we have DAX calculations. Cool. Okay. I'm going to stop this sharing now. All right, you got 2 minutes left. Anyone wants to go?
Did you find it difficult